Well, it's Monday the 27th of April 2020 and welcome to another week of the KitPlus Daily. And don't worry, we don't all live together in a happy little KitPlus family. We are in fact a good 30 miles apart, bringing this to you by the wonders of technology.
We are indeed. 2 out of 3 of us here are very keen cyclists, and the only positive thing about the current situation is the relatively traffic-free roads right now. I hope you're able to enjoy your exercise breaks, enjoying at least some of the fresh air. It'd be great to hear what you're doing outside your next Zoom meeting, so please do get in touch.
Yeah, let's get John on a bike. Yeah, on and off road, it clears my head for an hour. Even if Simon does think he's faster and better than me, and I can't keep up. It's just not true. Anyway, today's guest is in and coming up after the news.
And we start the news. You may have seen ITV's Very British Lockdown last week. It's a documentary from Shine TV about these difficult times and uses LiveU's LiveU Smart mobile app to do so, fully adhering, of course, to the current COVID-19 lockdown rules here in the UK. The documentary follows NHS staff, nursing home workers, as well as members of the public to reflect the reality of their current lives right now. A lot of productions have been put on hold for obvious reasons. Networks are faced with finding content to fill the schedules. Production companies, of course, are trying their best not to shut up shop and adjusting to new ways of working to make compelling TV in the current climate. And this is what Shine TV have done with this documentary, creating TV simply with LiveU technology that provides a real cross-section of what's happening. It means they can stay safe and ensures that they capture great content. Everything in the film, with the exception of GVs, was shot through the LiveU app.
Telestream recently announced Vantage IMF Producer, a Vantage option that automates the creation of IMF interoperable master format packages from Adobe Premiere Pro. The editor will use a panel within Premiere Pro, giving direct access to Vantage's IMF processing and packaging tool. To put this into context, the IMF packages are now the preferred delivery method for companies like Netflix, 20th Century Studios, Disney, etc. So introducing tools like this, automating the processing and packaging of the IMF delivery format, means the editors can focus on the creative process.
Brilliant. And at GV Live event last week, Grass Valley launched its new cloud-based software as a service agile media processing platform. I'm just going to call it AMPP from now on. The first application available for the platform, AMPP Master Control, has been on air with Blizzard since the opening of the Overwatch League in 2020 season. That's from early February. In response to the COVID-19 crisis, AMPP has enabled the esports leader to keep its Overwatch team and its Call of Duty team matches live since March the 28th, enabling truly distributed remote production with all the operators and talent working from home. Very impressive.
And thanks for that. It's now time for today's special guest.
So hi, Jake from CVP. Welcome to KitPlus Daily. So what are you guys up to in this downtime?
More than you probably think. It's actually been kind of weird adjusting to how everything's changed, but a lot of us are keeping really busy still. A lot of the techs are still working, and there's some sales guys still working to help fulfill orders that are still shipping out, because now obviously live streaming has become such a mainstream thing. So many operators are wanting the kit to get their cameras working for live streaming or to send out to clients. So yeah, we're dealing with a lot more live stream orientated questions now, and we're actually dealing with it ourselves as well. So we've when the whole COVID-19 situation started, we launched CVP Common Room, which is basically our online events platform. So we're using a program called Discord to provide small intimate events for our customers during their time at home, where they can come in, join in with the conversation, because that's really what the plan was to get people involved in the conversation at the events and give people as close as they can get to coming into Newman Street and having hands on the kit and talking to, you know, the people running the events and the tech guys and the sales. And that was the initial premise of the Discord events. And then it's kind of blossomed into this horrible, beautiful monster now, where we're running, you know, almost 2 events a day, and, you know, running them on YouTube at the same time. So people have both options. If they don't want to come and get involved with the conversation, but still want to absorb all the information from the event, they can go onto YouTube, and it works as like an overflow because these have been quite popular. You know, we've been, the 25 is the max we've done for the events, and they've been selling out pretty quickly. So yeah, that was kind of like how it's kind of evolved now. And now the next stage is we want to kind of put some more interesting content on there. So we're going to start doing podcasts, which hopefully we're going to be launching next week. And yeah, we want to kind of do some more community driven events as well, but that's all stuff that's in the pipeline. You know, with how much we've got going on, you know, I'm still doing the regular content creation stuff that I do, and yeah, it's just trying to fit it all in, which is weird to think that, you know, like we're so busy in this time. Yeah, it's crazy. I can't. It's actually quite surprising how busy we are. But, you know, with online content now being, you know, the main way companies are advertising, it was only going to it's going to happen.
So Jay, just on the product front, what announcements have you seen in the last couple of weeks, and what particularly has got you excited?
I mean, the biggest one's probably from Canon. Obviously, the C300 Mkiii came out on Monday, which was really exciting. So we managed to get our hands on the camera, I think for like 3 or 4 days, about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago now, and it's an incredible camera. Considering the price point it's aimed at as well, you know, this is probably one of the most fully featured Super 35 cameras to be released in a good few years. And you know, if full frame isn't a huge concern to you, this camera is so well flashed out and has such a nice image to it that it's a no-brainer. It features the same body as the C500 Mark II. It's literally just the sensor that's changed. So you're getting the same modularity, the same form factor, you know, same Canon menu system, same Canon dual pixel autofocus, which actually can work in 4K 120 now. It's, you know, it's a first for any camera, which is a feature that a lot of people were asking for in the C500 Mark II as well. Which I think that's the difficult thing Canon have got to kind of manage a little bit, is I think a lot of C500 Mark II owners may be slightly annoyed by this, because obviously they've released it kind of back to front. They've released the more flagship camera first, and then, you know, the one underneath it, but there's features in this one that the other one doesn't. And it doesn't, you know, it may be hardware based, but a lot of, you know, C500 II owner ops may feel a bit hard done by, because obviously they've spent nearly double the amount of money, and there's some features in the 300 that the 500 doesn't have. So I think Canon needs to kind of address that a little bit, but otherwise it's, you know, the reason to go for the 500 is still that full frame sensor, and, you know, it's still got like little characteristics that make it better than the 300. So, you know, the higher ISO performance, more dynamic range. But considering, you know, I think it's £8,500, that is insane for you know, the quality of image you're getting out of that camera. And we shot some footage with it, and it looks gorgeous. If you want to see that, it's over on our YouTube channel. And yeah, it's a great little camera. And with that, they released the more specs for the R5, which people are dying to know more and more about. But these were huge specs, considering it's a mirrorless camera. It's going to do 8K 29.97 RAW internally, which is pretty mad when you think it's just a mirrorless camera body. And then it's going to be able to do, you know, uncropped 4K 120 and a bunch of other stuff, all with dual pixel autofocus and all uncropped, which is notoriously not what Canon normally do. It seems to be Canon's year after after Monday's announcement. They've seemed to have won people's hearts back with with these two cameras. So I'm really interested to see how the specs finalize out, because if they do it right, they could be back with a huge bang. And obviously they haven't. You know, their DSLR and mirrorless market have kind of been ignored over the past few years. You know, Sony have dominated, Panasonic have done very well over the past few years as well. And it's almost like Sony are hitting the point now that Canon were, where they've just stopped innovating as much. So obviously we've been waiting for the A7S Mark III for so long now that you know, people are questioning whether it is coming out or not. But obviously, Canon have come back now with this R5, and it's going to cause a big ripple in the industry. But one thing I think people are overlooking at the moment, they're literally just looking at those specs, and I urge people just to wait, wait until the images out of the camera come out, because at the moment it looks like it's limited to C-Log, and I think PQ as well. So we don't know how much dynamic range the camera is going to have. That's a lot of, that's one question I got a lot on the C300 video was, oh, but the R5 just been announced, it can do 8K RAW, why should I buy the 300 Mark III? And these are the, obviously other than operability benefits of using a proper camera, a proper camcorder style camera, we haven't seen an image out of this camera yet, so they're exciting, but people need to just hold their horses a little bit, wait till some proper tests come out, and then get excited. But they are really exciting specs, and it's an exciting time. I mean, competition is what drives technology forward. So I'm really excited to see what other companies announce over the next couple of months as well, to kind of combat this big announcement, basically.
So Jake, that's great. It sounds like really business as usual for you guys at CVP.
Yeah. So we're still open. We're still taking orders, and we're still shipping stuff. So yeah, if you do require anything, just get in touch. We're still trying to give people the technical advice as well, which again, just call up or hop over onto the Discord where I'm on there every day basically, and there's all of the tech guys are on there as well. So if you have any questions, either head on there, call on normal number, and we're more than happy to help out with anything we need to. So yeah, I mean, keep an eye on the events page as well. We're doing live events daily at the moment, so if you are struggling to find things to do around the house, you run out of DIY, just come down, say hello, and have a little look at what we're doing.
Jake, that's brilliant. Thank you very much for coming on KitPlus Daily, and hopefully meet in person again soon.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Thanks.
And you can find all the CVP events on broadcastnetwork.co.uk, as well as a load of other live webinars and training sessions going on right now. Now, hopefully you might have noticed a more fluid show today, a bit more eye contact maybe. And I'd just like to do a quick shout out to Magic Video Box for sending me the aptly named Magic Video Box. You might be able to make it out on the screen behind me, and it's designed to enable easy eye contact for an interview situation. But put an iPad on it and it's a great little teleprompter.
Yeah, brilliant. I'm going to be getting mine next week, I think. Do check out our YouTube channel. Just Google KitPlus YouTube and you'll find us. We have many playlists, including one for the daily show, so you can catch up on all the things that you have missed, plus content, of course, from KitPlus show seminars.
And on the subject of the KitPlus show, visit kitplusshow.co.uk for details on the next event planned for the 10th of November at Media City up in Manchester. At this stage, we have to assume we're going ahead, and it will be our 10th year at this great venue, sandwiched right in between ITV and the BBC.
So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you all tomorrow.
I think we got away with that.